Hi friends, and welcome back for another ASMR Reiki healing session. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Misty, and this is my little ASMR studio where we practice different healing modalities in an ASMR style. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, please stick around, check out the video, and if you do enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, okay? So today we will be discussing presence. This is a theme that I have been discussing in my yoga classes this week. So presence, living in the present moment, not living in the past, living in the future, but living in the here now moment. So that is what we will be discussing today. Before we get into the session, just really quick, in case you're new here, there are 3 links down in the description box below. Okay, so 3 links. They are there every week. One of them is a free ebook that I have. It's about the energetic body and how healing the energetic body can help us break bad habits. The second link is a link to my course. It is all about taking a break from booze, which is the bad habit that I had to quit. And then the third link is a donation jar, tip jar for the channel. Okay, so if you want to check those out, you can check them out down below. Other than that, all I need you to do is get extra comfortable, okay? Maybe grab yourself a hot beverage and let's practice living in the present together. Let's get started. All right, my friend, are you super comfortable for our session? Yes. Okay, good. So I did make you, I'm going to prepare you a cup of hot tea just in case you didn't have anything. So I have the hot water in this little sea turtle mug, and on the inside of the mug, right here, it says, slow down and enjoy the journey. Is that what it says? Oh, slow down and enjoy life. Same thing. So I have the hot water in here already, and what we're gonna do is prepare the tea. I have this jasmine green tea that I will be preparing for you today. So we are just going to set the little green tea satchel in there and let it infuse for a couple of minutes. And then green tea can be a little tart, so I brought some honey for us to add into the tea, just to sweeten it up a little bit. So this is Fisher's Clover Honey. It's raw and unfiltered, 100% USA grade. Let's see, on the back it says raw and unfiltered honey. Raymond Fisher kept bees as a hobby and extracted honey in the family kitchen. It grew from the kitchen to the basement, to the garage, to the first honey processing facility in 1935. So, we will add a little bit of this honey into our tea. Okay, just give that a couple more minutes to steep and it should be ready for you to sip, okay? I'm gonna set it off to the side. Alright, so as I said, today's session we will be talking about being present for our lives. I've been theming all of my yoga classes around that this week, and in the email that I sent out I put a Lao Tzu quote, which goes something like, if you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. And if you are at peace, you are living in the present. Much easier said than done, I will say. I've been struggling with it myself. So that's what we're going to work on today. And we will start our session with a smoke cleanse. Today we will be using this dragon's blood incense. Dragon's blood. This is from that same brand, Satya. I want you to imagine that this smoke is picking up and clearing away any energy you've picked up this week from other people, places, or things. It's just drifting in and out of your aura, in and out of your energetic body, and it's carrying away any of that energy that is not yours, that is not serving you. So this is a very surface layer cleanse we're doing. Okay. Take a couple of deep breaths. Start to relax. Going to run the incense down your right side body. Down your left side body, back up, down your back body, and back up, and down the front body, back up. Alright, cleanse our space for just a moment. Then we will set this off to burn for the remainder of our session, keeping our space nice and clean, okay? Energetically clean. Alright. Next, we are going to set our intention candle for this session. I picked up this little candle from the dollar store. It smelled so good I couldn't resist. It's called cedar ash, and it's really subtle and soft. I don't know, it smells so good. I'm in love with it. So we have our little cedar ash candle. And we will go ahead and light it and set our intention. So take a look at this flame, this perfect ball of energy. Today, our goal is to practice living in the present. We are going to do this by cutting ties with any cords, tethers, attachments keeping us living in the past, as well as releasing any attachments to outcomes when it comes to thinking about our future. Releasing that attachments to the past, attachments to outcomes for our future. If you have your own intention, something you would like to also work through during this session, go ahead and bring it to the front of your mind, and I'll add it in. Alright, good. We will set this candle off to burn for the rest of our session. I'll just set that right back here. Alright, good. So, we are going to first work on those attachments to the past. First, let me say there's nothing wrong with reminiscing about the past, right? And I've been doing that lately. I've really been reminiscing, God, about when I was younger, when I was a kid, teenager, and even reminiscing my life in Galveston, because when I lived in Galveston, I lived a completely different life. It was not healthy. I partied a lot, and really changed that when I moved in 2020. But so yes, there was this reminiscing that I've been going through, but I've noticed I've also had some sort of unhealthy attachments to that reminiscing, and I think that's where we get in trouble. You know, it's okay to look back at the past and look at it fondly and appreciate it. But when we start wishing we were back there, when we start thinking, oh, those were better times, I think that's where it can get dangerous. So what I want to do today is cut those cords, those tethers, those strings that tug us back in an unhealthy way to the past. We want to release those attachments and really call our energy back from that point in our life so that we can be here. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to gently pull, right? So starting to pull out those attachments that we have, and then once I have them sort of separated from everything else, we are going to cut them, okay? Be very gentle. So again, just take some deep breaths here. Let me just work through what needs to come out. Okay. what I'm going to do is cut some of those strings, okay? So we're just going to cut those attachments, those little cords and tethers of energy that are keeping us attached to the past in an unhealthy manner. Like I said, in my experience, that's been when I start wishing I was back in that time and place. I think it would be better to be there than to be here. And then I start thinking about it so much that it's like a little painful in the heart space almost. It's sad. So we want to avoid that. Look on the past with fondness, but don't get stuck in it. Don't wish to be back there. Worked on letting go of the past, releasing those unhealthy attachments to the past, okay? Next, as you heard in that quote, when you're feeling anxious, it's because we're living in the future, right? Now again here, there is a healthy relationship with the future, a healthy planning for the future. It's when we start to try to control everything that's coming, right? When we attach ourselves to those plans, those outcomes of those plans, that it can be really dangerous. And that's when we start to get anxious about living in the future, or anxious when it comes to thinking about the future. So what I want to do today is, I don't want to cut out your plans, your goals, your dreams, right? Those are healthy and they're okay to have. But those little attachments, setting out these strict plans and thinking it has to go this step, this step, this step, this step, and if it doesn't, everything's gonna fall apart, right? Those are the little things that we want to clip out, punch out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my little hole puncher here, and we're just gonna punch out those little parts, those little attachments, the need to control everything, to think that it can only be one way to get to where we want to go, right? We are gonna just punch those out. So in essence, removing the worry, the anxiety, the stress about the future, and being able to just kind of let life happen to get us to where we want to be. Okay. So keep breathing as I punch these out for you. We have let go of those unhealthy attachments to the past, unhealthy attachments to the future. Now let's focus on the present moment. So we want to be grounded into this present moment. So I'm going to do a little work with your root chakra, calling in a little bit of Reiki energy. Okay? Asking the Reiki to flow through me to you where it's most needed for its highest good. So starting at your root chakra, grounding us into this present moment, we are going to use this beautiful geode that I have to ground your energy. Okay. So, we're going to ground your energy, grounding it down, all the way to the root chakra, then all the way to your feet. There we go. Keeping you present and grounded in the here now moment. Next, I want to do a little bit of work with the heart chakra, and I will be using this beautiful malachite to work with the heart space. If we don't love the life we're living, if we are not enjoying our daily life, of course, we're going to reminisce about the past or just drown ourselves in planning for the future because we're not happy here, right? So I want to use this malachite to pull out that negativity from the heart, opening up the heart to love where we're at, while also being able to plan for the future and look fondly on our past without getting attached. So I'm working right in front of the heart space. Alright, just giving it a quick little massage. Take a deep breath for me. Nice big inhale. Nice slow exhale. Alright, good. The last chakra that I want to work with is the third eye. So I will be using this beautiful little amethyst crystal point. Okay. Allowing it to imbue this clarity and this calmness into the third eye so that you are comfortable being where you're at in life, so that you know by connecting to that intuition and accessing this calm and clarity that it is okay to be where you are, and not only is it okay, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Just coming in and giving this a little bit of a massage. Alright, my friends, that is going to be it for today's session. I I'm going to give you a quick little aura fluff. That is the second time I recorded that because my audio recording messed up the first time. So apparently there's something I didn't say the first time that I needed to say and I had to do it a second time. Alright, my friends, thank you for being here. I always appreciate you allowing me to help you feel better, help you sleep, help you work through some stuff energetically. So thank you for being here. I hope that you sleep well and you have a wonderful